Hey mom, I'm talking about dirt. Can you believe it? Hey friends, my name is Dave. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about dirt. Whenever I'm doing a demeter fragrance, I actually get pretty excited. It's one of my favorite brand because it's very inexpensive. You're talking about 120 mil. I picked it up for $20, or they have a 30 mil for about 11. Now they also have tons and tons and tons of different fragrances, different variety. A lot of them are very funky, very weird. You're talking about like kitten fur, or funeral homes or whatever, any type of thing that you can think of. They also have the regular stuff like the vanilla, margarita, things like that. But dirt. So why dirt? Well, one of the ingredients that usually is that it smells like dirt. It's patchouli, right? Patchouli can smell like wet soil, or it could also smell like dark chocolate cake. Now, if you don't have experience with it, you might think, "Are you crazy, Dave? Those two things smell nothing alike." Oh yeah, go try any patchouli dominant fragrance, and you might get that association. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. But however, with that said, I'm kind of kicking myself in the back here. Dirt smells very much like the wet soil, not so much the chocolate cake. So this is one of those instances where it's very much to the one side. Now, if you ask me, Dave, why would anybody want to smell like dirt? Well, actually, I don't want to smell like dirt. I want to smell the dirt, not the dry desert type of dirt, but we're talking about the foresty, cloudy day. It's been raining for a couple of days. The soil is wet. You're walking on the trail, and you're just smelling the whole nature of the green forest. The wind's blowing. You're picking up a bit of this. What is it? What is it? Sweet, natural sweet from the wind, and then you're picking up that wet soil. There's a big difference between a wet dirt versus a dry dirt. If you ever seen the movie Gladiator, the first scene, the first battle scene, the Maximus, played by Russell Crowe, before the battle, he knee down, picked up a dirt, and I recall he smelled it. That's what this one smells like. Okay, so what happened was a while back I went on a little tour in Southeast Asia, and there was a high altitude farm, and there was a bunch of people. Usually I saw like the older people. They're picking up their harvest plants or crop the old-fashioned way without the machines, and I walked through there. They just water it, and I smell the dirt. It smells so nice, very pleasant, without the fertilizer. That's the point. This is without the manure, without the stinky stuff. This is purely natural, 100% organic dirt. Okay, and if I haven't convinced you how nice it smelled, then that's fine. One of these days when you go on a hike, and it's let's say you're in Yosemite, one of those mountains, without the pollution, the air pollution. If it's on a cloudy day, especially after the rain, like I said, go take a walk on the trail, and you know what I'm talking about. Why I really enjoy the hike. Why I always talk about I enjoy the nature, because I've been there, I've done that, and I smell those, and I'm addicted to those. Whenever I think about relaxation, meditation, all those things to relax us, that's the smell that I sometimes visualize. Okay, it's walking through nature, walking through those foresty green, very just very peaceful. That's the best and easiest way to describe it. So that's why I want to smell dirt. It's not because I'm weird and want to smell the dirty whatever. No, this is nothing dirty, nothing weird. Okay, don't go to Home Depot or Walmart and smell those fertilizer and say, Dave, you're crazy, man. Those are different. Okay, I'm talking about the organic dirt. We're in the nature. Nobody touched it. Nobody play with it. You just real dirt. You pick it up. It smells so good. Maybe if you never experienced it, you think I'm just out of it. But pick this up if you're interested in the imagery that I talked about. This is I have more than 10 bottles of demeter. I enjoy so many of them. This is already climbed up to number one. I just opened it today. This is my ninth take on this first impression. I spray on my hand. The first time I sprayed was about a couple hours ago, so I've been through the whole thing. It's pretty linear. I keep mentioning about dirt, but it's actually just a trifecta of categories of scents. So I'm getting the wet soil. I'm getting the natural sweet, not from vanilla, not from tonka beans. Is not added, is organic, sweet from the nature. And then I'm getting the green. It's not too strong. It's very light, very subdued type of green. The triangle of those three categories of scents playing together, that's like a perfect combination. You cannot get better than that as far as this type of fragrance. And I'm surprised when I bought this, I thought I'm just gonna smell like dirt, okay? But I was so pleasantly surprised they're able to nail it on the head, exactly what it smells like to be taking those walks in the nature, in the hiking trails. That's what I'm picking up. I don't pick up any floral, okay? So on those hike, it's just the green, not the florals, not the flowers, okay? And yeah, I absolutely love this. When I did my first take on the first impression, I was jumping up and down. This is so good. But right now it's my ninth take, so I'm calm a little bit. So I'm able to speak, that makes sense, okay? Be able to talk articulate. But anyway, the bottle itself is the same for every single iteration of this from this house. The atomizer is perfectly fine. It sprays out a lot of juice. You could tell it's not the expensive type of atomizer, okay? But it works well, no complaint. I'm glad they saved me money and gave me a very simple presentation. It might not look cool on the shelf, but when I line this up like 10, 15 bottles, looks pretty cool. All right. The coolest thing about it is it's inexpensive, and they tell you it's a cologne spray. It's a pick-me-up. You use it for half an hour, for an hour to help you smell something that you enjoy. It's very linear. That means very simple. That means very useful when you are being stressed. You don't want to smell anything too complicated, or maybe after a shower or before you go to sleep, you wanted something simple to be able to enjoy your favorite type of scent. This is exactly what it is. That's why it's one of my favorite house. Not only because of the price, but because the quality they give to us is on the head. Most of them is nailing on the head, like straight on. Exactly what you smell like, but in a very pleasant way. So I'll definitely be digging more into this house. Yeah, I think of all the bottles I got, about 80% are, to my nose, right on the head. Okay, exactly what they tell you it smells like, and very nice, in a very nice way. The other couple, because I understand everybody knows and interpretation of scents going to be different. So what might not work for me is going to work for other people. So there's nothing for me to say or complain about. Okay, this is a very interesting house. I just got into it not too long ago, and I've been just picking it up because I just fell in love with their offering. I just fell in love with their ideas of what they're doing. So especially a guy like me, okay, I'm kind of impatient in smelling scents, meaning I don't want to smell the same fragrance every single day, like every day. Imagine eating the same food every meal. No thanks. So I'm perfectly fine with this type of scent where you'll be gone in half an hour to 1 or 2 hours, and I could apply something else. Okay, something else I also enjoy. But if I like to have the same scent, a couple more times, I'll just spray it away. 120 ml, $20. You kidding me? That's such a good deal. 120 ml, you could actually spray like over 1,000 times. Okay, that's gonna last me quite a while. I just like the idea of the whole thing, what they're doing. Demeter. Now, I have not picked up any floral, any of those more natural smelling type of scents. So I don't know if they're very realistic. But as far as the dirt, extremely realistic. There's like the other ones, the other reviews. Or just go watch if you're interested. But I did like 3 or 4 videos and 3 or 4 fragrances at a time. But I thought, you know what, just do it one at a time. Even though they're simple, they're linear, but they have its place, right? I always say that. Fragrances, every fragrance have their time and place. So am I missing anything else? Age, it's not offensive, even though it's not a party scent, but wear anywhere you want. You know, it's not a clubbing scent, but it's so relaxing to me. People that likes hikes or nature, you're gonna smell this before, you might enjoy it. Okay, I love it. I mean, it's climbed to my number one. So as far as age, you know, any age fine. As far as masculine, feminine, it's unisex. There's no gender to this. Longevity is pretty short, so it's short. You know, it does have shortevity. It's going to be unique for sure. I have a lot of patchouli scents. That's one of my favorite category of scents. But I don't have anything that's straight up just pure dirt in this direction. A lot of them I could smell. I can interpret it either in the chocolate cake or the wet soil. It could be both. Most of them, but this one is straight wet soil. Maybe this should be more appropriate. Call it wet soil instead of dirt. Dirt implied dirty. Wet soil, yeah, you could say it's a bit dirty, but not in a gross or yucky way. Okay, don't think of a manure or anything like that. Nothing. There's 0% stinky smell in here. Zero. This is very pleasant type of smell. So I think it can be versatile depending on. Yeah, it's gonna depend on you if you like it. I think other people should be okay with this. I will test it out. First impression, I don't know yet, but I should be able to test it out and see. I'll use it on my family first. See what happens. Now, anything else is yeah, that's it. If you have something that you want to try to be interesting, you know, for a reasonable price that's not going to hurt your wallet in the, you know, too bad, give it a try. Get a smaller spray, like 30 ml, that will last you like, you know, 300 or 400 sprays, and you know, $11 for the 1 ounce size. Give it a try. You might start to enjoy it like I do. So I'm not trying to sell anything. I just love this house for their concept, for their ideas, for the whole thing, like I mentioned. Okay. With that said, just a super quick first impression, knife take. I hope this is a winner. So we'll see. What happened was when a lot of time when I'm doing takes, either people keep calling me all the time, and or you know, because of my work, and then they keep calling me, or family or whatever outside or anything, or video fail. So yeah, knife take on the first impression. That doesn't even make sense, Dave. What do you mean knife take on first impression? With that said, thank you as always. See you next time.